Hello and welcome to the GearVault Golf Monthly's online equipment video blog. This week I've been joined by my colleague Paul O'Hagan.
Hello.
And we're here to look at Nike's two new SQ Sumo utility clubs. One a square shape, one a more conventional shape. It's perhaps not surprising that the square head shape has worked its way down to utilities after arriving in drivers last year, because the benefits are equally reproducible in fairway woods and in utilities. This square-headed Sumo model obviously has extreme perimeter weighting and a little bit of offset, which makes it, in theory, a highly forgiving club.
And the Sumo model here is much more rounded, more traditional utility head. As a result, should be far more workable.
So we've got one that should be forgiving and one that should be more workable. Let's go and see if they do what they set out to do. This Nike square-headed utility is working really well from the short grass here, but if you're like me, you're not always on the short grass on the golf course. Sometimes you're in slightly lusher, thicker lies, so we really need to try it from there as well, see if we can still get good distance from the rough. So let's go and try it now. So Paul, this is the kind of lie you want to be able to hit a rescue from.
Yeah.
It's quite a wet, soggy, autumnal day. Grass is pretty wet. But I reckon because the line into the ball here is not too bad, I'd give that a go in a competition. What would you do?
I think so. I think this is really the type of lie where rescue clubs come into their own compared to fairway woods or long irons, but it'd be interesting to see whether this square model will do the job and whether you can really squeeze it out of there.
Okay, let's give it a go. Paul and I have spent quite a bit of time now hitting both these utilities from a variety of different lies. I've spent more time with the square-headed one. Now normally I would have said this was a little bit too big for me to address in a utility, but in fact, because the club is very streamlined front to back, I found it really hugged the ground at address, which I like. Gave the feeling you could get to the bottom of the ball and get it up and away. Perhaps had a little bit too much offset for me, so a few of my shots veered a little bit more left than I would like. Paul, how did you get on with that one?
I did think that the square was a lot more forgiving than expected, but I'd still be tempted to go for the rounder head. It was a lot more workable, as it should be, and a lot easier to hit out the thick rough.
I would probably, given the free choice, go for the conventional shape myself, but this is a perfect option for someone after a little bit more forgiveness. Both these clubs will be on sale from November. They're going to cost £130 each with the Nike H Diamana shaft. We'll be looking at another brand new piece of golf equipment next week in our GearVault video blog, so please join us then. For now, for this week, it's goodbye.
Goodbye.